Hey folks, uh, I'm going to chime in. Travis Hunter. I feel sorry for Travis. Uh, I know a lot of the OGs are trying to help him out. I'm going to be one of those OGs. Travis Hunter reminds me of me. Appears to be relatively smart dude, intelligent, articulate, and athletic. Extraordinarily athletic. What's that dude? Same age, about where he is now. And yeah, our lives almost mirrored. Now, of course, I was not at the level of him playing college ball or anything like that, but I was very athletic, gifted at basketball, gifted at track, didn't play organized football, played organized basketball, did everything, volleyball, baseball, pitched in baseball, played first base in baseball, played outfield, played shortstop in baseball. So all around soccer, all around athlete, but a nerd, geeky. Like my man, I'm not trying to, we understand. For us, nerdy and geek, we identify ourselves. We know who we are. So it's not to be shamed or anything. I like that. I like geeky people. I like nerdy people, and I also love athletic folk, and I like smart folk. He's smart. And story time. So I remember when I was in high school, I didn't have a girlfriend. I was concentrating so much on athletics, track and basketball, and in my studies, of course, that everybody matures differently, right? Was I attracted to girls? Of course, I've been attracted to girls since I was in elementary school. But, we all mature at different phases, right? So then when I went off to college, not the college that I ended up graduating from, but when I went off to, at that time, it was Ohio Institute of Technology, geek. And got out there on the scene, first time by myself, 18 years old, living alone. I had roommates initially, but by myself, away from my family, away from friends, out in Ohio, Columbus. And, just started finding my way, got a job at McDonald's. Yep. I worked at McDonald's, and I just living, and then I didn't meet her. I was introduced to her from one of my friends, a young lady. He was interested in her. He just wanted me to meet her to show me who he had befriended. So long story short, she ended up wanting to deal with me. Okay? And then we kind of kicked it off a little bit, nothing shared, didn't go all the way, I don't want to say it on here, but we kissed, all that. And I was smitten. I was like over the moon, because it was like and this girl, smoking hot. Smoking. Back then, I love all my sisters. I love all women, but I love my sisters also, top tier. And this, how we used to say back in the day, OGs, she was a red bone. And back then red bones were in, And She had a little country accent too. From Cincinnati, close to Kentucky, had that twang, twang when she talked. And I remember my friends that I knew for a while, probably 4 years, because a lot of my friends from my high school, which was a college prep school, came out to Ohio. They were also out there at Ohio Institute, which is now DeVry, for the folks that know. And so they were trying to tell me that she had a dude, and that she was like, I was just a side dude. And I was furious. I was in denial, furious at them, mad at them. These are my friends, and I'm calling them out. You don't know, just like Travis. You don't know what you're talking about. She's with me. And they're trying to tell me. They are trying to tell me. Then one day, I'm going to make this quick. It ended with me having to find out. Is that the FAFO? No, I wasn't effing around. It's just I went over and I FO'd the hard way. And I was crushed. I mean, crash and burn crushed. And she ended up leaving. Let me tell you how. I got to say this piece. You're gonna love this. So it turned out, I was so into this young lady. She dropped out of school, right? And I remember taking her. I actually drove her home from Columbus to Cincinnati. She dropped out, and then I dropped out. Not because of her, because I went to join the Navy, but it may have something to do with it, me all twisted out of shape. But she dropped out, then I dropped out, and it turned out that the reason that she dropped out is because she had gotten pregnant. Wasn't me. But I found, we're still friends. We're friends to this day, but I found all that out later. Okay. And of course, I left my friends there, so I never got a chance to go tell them, and I probably would have been so embarrassed that I don't know, I probably wouldn't even have said anything. Hopefully they would have just said, hopefully they wouldn't have gotten in my face and said, "We told you so." Hopefully, because then I would have really been pissed off. But my advice is this to Mr. Hunter, from an OG that's been there. And not just, that was just one heartbreak. Then that really wasn't even a heartbreak. The next heartbreak was what these OGs are talking about. That one, I was devastated, destroyed. I mean, crushed, because I had been with that person for 5 years. We had a straight up relationship, just like this guy here. He says he's been with her for 5 years. And when I'm not going to go into that story on here, but when that went down, devastating, devastated. Took me a long time to get over that. So what I would say is this, in closing, Mr. Hunter, know that your coach, I know that Deion Sanders, Prom, he's probably doing the right thing. Just from what we know, we don't know what's going on between them in terms of this, but it looks like that he's letting him, because you know, Deion been in all kind of heartbreaks, and come on, it's public. So he probably is just letting him go through this, let him go through the process, and that's I'm gonna say, being an OG, that's probably the best approach. Do not say anything to Travis. Travis obviously is hearing it because he just made a video. I just saw it. That's what prompted me to make this video. So he's defensive. He's denying what's happening, despite everybody out here actually seeing it happening. Even me, I see it happening too. But at the same time, I would say to Travis, if he sees this video from this OG that's been just like you, partner, I've been right where you are. Of course, I didn't have no contracts waiting for me for millions of dollars, none of that. But that's why people are concerned. But this is what, if you find this video gets to you, Mr. Hunter, think about what folks are saying. Think about what I've said, and try to confer, or let me say it like this. When it's time for you to talk about this with Coach Prime, he will guide you. He will guide you. He's not going to come at you hard. He doesn't appear to be that kind of guy. Another great athlete, right? So he can relate. I can relate. But he's going to be your go-to guy, not us, not me, not all these other people out here acting, trying to get folks to click on this stuff. No. I have compassion. I'm an empath, so I have compassion for you because I've been there. I know what you're going through. But let Coach be the one. He's going to be the person that you turn to. And if not Coach, I don't know. I saw your relationship with your father, but don't go to your peers. Don't talk with them. They're going to make it worse. Talk to somebody like Coach Prime that you obviously admire and trust, and start having that discussion with him. And he will talk to you and put you on the right path. Okay? Now, I know I was talking with Mr. Hunter, but everybody else, you kind of listening in on this too. So for everybody else, take care of yourselves. See you guys out on scene.